I got a comment on one of my videos, and I'll link that. There will be a little round circle over here with the link to that video from Robert Shirley. Robert Shirley says to me, I love using my 17 to 55 lens on my D800, which is what I have sitting right here. And it would be great to see a comparison between FX and DX settings using a DX lens. So this, that I have right here, this is my D800, as I said. This is my very, very, very favorite landscape lens. It is a 24 to 85. It's an amazing lens, and I don't have many DX lenses, but I do have a 40 that I bought. And the reason I bought that is for macro photography, which is something James is into, but I dabbled just a little bit. You really have to see his stuff. It's pretty awesome. You'll find him on Instagram, and I'll put a link over here. I'll link it and then down below. His stuff is amazing. So that's what I'm doing today. And for newer shooters, if you are not sure, one of the questions you see a lot from new shooters is, can I use a DX lens on a full frame body? Yes, you can. You can adapt any lens to any camera. You might have to do things manually, but yes, you can. And if you're taking native, and since I'm a Nikon guy, if you're taking native Nikon lenses, and DX is the small crop sensor body and FX is the large sensor. If you are taking a full frame lens, FX, and you're putting it on a DX body, which is the crop sensor, you multiply times 1.5 in the case of Nikon. If you are taking a DX lens and putting it onto an FX body, you divide by 1.5 in the case of Nikon. Or you go with it with the vignette all the way around, which I think looks really cool. So let me take out my 40mm. I'm gonna put it on the camera. And what you will see is in 40mm, you'll see the vignette all the way around. And I've used that for some beach shots like this. And I really, really like that effect. It's a great effect. So when you have a DX lens on a full frame body, you have 40mm, but you only have this little circle that you're working with. When you put the camera into DX mode, you still have this megapixel sensor, but you're only using that center frame. So let me switch lenses and we'll take a look at it. This is the waning sun of Joshua Tree National Monument. I'm going to finish this video off with this in this video, this comparison. What I have on here again now on my, of course, favorite D800 is the 40mm DX lens. So to reiterate once again, if you take a full frame lens and you put it on a DX body, or a full frame lens, put it on a crop sensor body, you multiply the focal length times your crop to give you the actual focal length that you're shooting with. If you are shooting with a crop sensor lens on a full frame, if you don't change anything, you divide by the focal length. If you then switch it into the crop sensor, in the case of Nikon, you set it into DX mode, you now have whatever that focal length is. So I took a couple of shots with my very favorite lens, the 24 to 85mm 3.5 to 4.5 G lens. I love that lens. Shooting out that way, that is my well, that's my frame, and it's absolutely beautiful. So let me show you these two, and then I'll show you a couple of more. Joshua Tree, man, you can't go wrong waiting for some astrophotography. Hopefully tonight goes much better. There's not too much wind. It's something that I'm not very good at, and I like that. It gives me something to work for. But look at that. The thing about Joshua Tree is you can actually go just about any place. You can climb up on just about anything, and as long as you're respectful of the park, it's pretty awesome. So I've been shooting up here. I climbed up these rocks. Yeah, I'm not going to, without a camera, I would climb the rest of the way up here, but I'm afraid coming down with the camera that I'm going to drop something. And although it makes a fantastic stick for getting down, I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to take some pictures out over the hills over there, because the sun is actually beautiful the way it's just a solid line across everything. So that's going to be my line for some of these photos. Check this out. And again, if you just happen to come in the middle of it, like it's a television show and it's not, well, this was at the request of Robert Shirley. This is a video shooting a DX lens on a full frame body, which is what I've been doing for all these shots. So I'm shooting at essentially a 33-ish focal length. I do prefer a zoom for landscapes, because then you can pretty much frame up in the shot and use everything. If not, then you're cropping in. So I'm sure on some of these you'll see it cropped in, so that I like it. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna head down now and see if I can't get to the other side of this where the sun is still shining. That one last Joshua Tree that's out that way is going to be my final shot. Johnny Pink, man, I want to say thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that this frame is not cutting off my head. If it is, well, then it is, and there's not much I can do about it. So I'll be talking to you like this. Or I can just readjust my camera like that. And again, I want to say thank you for watching. I hope you found something useful in here. I want to say thank you to Robert Shirley for asking about this. Man, I know this is a question that every single new shooter has. Can I use this? You can adapt any lens to any camera with the correct adapter. When you do that, if it's non-native, then you may have to shoot everything manual, which is not a problem. Anyway, I had to shoot a couple of these into the sun manually, and all my settings are always manual anyway, because I like controlling my light and I like the effects that I can get with it. So again, thank you. Please hit the subscribe button down there. Share this with somebody. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs down if you thought it was rather stupid, or if there was something that I spoke incorrectly, please let me know down below in the comments. And we'll see you guys out on the road. Johnny Pink saying thanks. All right, let's go set up for some astrophotography.